I've heard a couple of people talk about bucket lists and how they want to tick things off their bucket list. I sat down and realized that I also have a bucket list too. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the things that I will want to do. When I think about bucket lists, in my head I see a bucket with pieces of papers inside. So whenever I cross out anyone on the sheet of paper, I tear it and I throw it away, which means I've ticked it off my bucket list. I'm going to be telling you guys some of the things that are inside my bucket that I would like to tick off the list. The first thing on my bucket list is to learn how to swim. I don't know how to swim, and I feel like many people know how to swim. Swimming even scares me, but I know that if I go for swimming lessons, I'll be able to learn how to swim. So one thing I want to tick off my bucket list is learning how to swim. I want to know how to swim. After all, swimming is a sport, so people swim as a sport. And even for fun, I cannot swim. It's just so funny. Another thing on my bucket list is to learn how to ride a bicycle. I do not know how to ride a bicycle. I know that many people say it's easy, it's easy to cycle and all of that, but I've never even been on a bicycle before. So that's one thing I want to learn how to do. It's also a form of exercise when you're like on a bicycle and all of that. But yeah, I want to learn how to ride a bicycle. That would be nice. Another thing I like to do is fly first class. There's the whole economy class and there's business class, but something on my bucket list is to fly first class. Like, I want to experience what it feels like to be in the first class zone on the plane. That would be actually really cool. That will happen after I have entered a plane, because I've never even gone on a plane. So I would like to travel by plane and also travel by train. I've never traveled by train and I've never traveled through a plane. So I like to, the one I usually do is bus and keke and okada and the rest of them. But yeah, I would really like to travel by train. And also, I've never been on a boat. It's really funny. I've never been on a boat. There's this thing I see on social media where people go on boat cruise. This boat has everything. There's a swimming pool on the boat, there's a viewing center, there's lots of things on this boat, and I think the boat travels for a long time, for days. I like to go on a boat cruise. It would be really fun. So yeah, these are things I would like to do that are on my bucket list. I also like to solo travel. I've never solo traveled before. I'm always traveling with boss, so I like to solo travel. Probably rent a vehicle. Look at me saying I want to rent a vehicle when I don't know how to drive. Driving is supposed to be on my bucket list, but I don't know why it's not on my bucket list, because it's something that if it happens, it happens. If I learn how to drive, fine. If I don't learn how to drive, I'll die. Okay, I'm not a fan of driving. I just feel like it's a very scary thing. Comparing driving to swimming, I think I would rather learn swimming than driving. If I learn how to drive, fine. If I don't, no problem. But I would like to go on a solo trip, like just me. I won't be able to drive, so I'm obviously going to need a driver. So it's just like a person driving me around town, seeing different places, having stopovers. When you have your stopover, you eat, you go back in the car. Just like a solo trip, I would like to have that. I also like to have a girls trip with my girls, of course. But I'm talking about a girls road trip. That is, we are just going to be on the road for like 3 days, just driving through different cities and towns and villages, just looking around. That's something that I really love to do. And I also love to do it with family. So we have the solo trip, the girls trip, and then the family road trip. So I really love to do that. I also like to enter a helicopter or a private jet. It's similar to flying first class, but flying first class is like on a plane where there are other people, there are business class people, and then there's economy. But a helicopter is just for 2-3 people. It's just limited people. A helicopter and then a private jet. I'd like to enter one of these. Not my own. I like to just experience it, know what it looks like. I'll probably have a friend in the future that has a private jet, so I'll just be like, can I borrow your private jet and all of that, or can I borrow a helicopter? No, I don't think people just randomly buy helicopters, although I don't know, but private jet, helicopter, I like to enter to see what it's like. Another thing I like to do is sing a song. In this my full entire life, I like to sing, even if it's one song, just drop one song. I'd like to do that. I'd also like to act in a movie. I've always wanted to be an actress, but I don't know what happened. My dream kind of changed. But yeah, I'll just like to do it to see what it feels like, because I'm a movie fan. Like, I love movies a lot, and I'd like to be in one, to be able to say, oh, I was in this movie and I acted in this movie. So yeah, that's one thing I like to do. I'd also like skydiving that people do, where you are on a plane, or I think it's a helicopter, and then you fall from the sky. Oh my God. I would like to do that. I don't know. I see people do it and they are screaming. You know, it's just like being on a roller coaster, but it's not the same thing, because this one you are way high up in the sky, you know. I'd like to do that, and I know it's going to be fun. Skydiving. Is it really going to be fun? But it's something I want to try. I just really want to try it. I feel like it's going to be a nice thing. It's on my bucket list, so I'd like to do it, skydiving. Another thing I like to do is dye my hair. I've never dyed my hair any color, but that's something that I'm looking forward to, and I'd like to try different colors on my hair. I heard that dyeing your hair a lot, you know, breaks the hair and all of that, but I'm not talking about a lot. I just want to try it to see how my hair is going to look in a different color. That's one thing that's on my bucket list that I want to do. And then another thing I like to do is attend a football match. Yes, I usually watch football matches, even though they give me hypertension, but I love to watch them. They are just so emotional for me, you know. Talking about like international games, like maybe Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, you know, just travel to watch them, you know. I've watched a local football match, yes I have, but I'm talking about the international ones where the Igbo people are running up and down and doing all of that. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I feel like it would be fun. So the last thing on my bucket list, I would like to buy one expensive item. Listen, I'm not a fan of all these plenty expensive bags and expensive shoes and everything expensive, but I would just like to have one expensive item. I'm not talking about something like a bag, a shoe. No. I'll just go to Balenciaga, for example, and buy one expensive bag that's like $15,000. Do you understand? So I just want to have one expensive thing that is going to be in my closet, for no reason, just to be able to say, Omo, I spent a lot of money to buy this. Okay, so many people have so many expensive things, and I know it's, you know, similar with rich people. I'd just like to have one expensive item. It would be really cool. The sun has gone down, and I think that means I should end this video. I don't know when I'm going to do any of these things, but these are things I would love to do. The fact that I've made this video is really nice, so that whenever I check any of these things on my bucket list, I can come back to this video and say, I have done it. Yes, I finally did it. So I know that you also have things on your bucket list, and I pray that you end up doing everything that you have written down in that bucket list of yours. And yeah, hopefully I get to tick everything on my bucket list, and I'll be very happy if I do, because these are things that I've wanted for a very long time, and you know, I've had these things on my bucket list for a long time, and they are not seeming to go away, which means I really have to take them off the list. Let me know if I said anything that's also on your bucket list. That's it for this video.